Okay, it's episode 157 of Inane Blather.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's new. She puts on a hat and look who she becomes.
Boy.
I'm a fuckboy now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the Inane Blather podcast where we blather inanely and where we remind everyone after the recent elections that
That looked like a good New York slice.
that's for sure. But yeah, we all know the problems down the road. We'll discuss them, especially regarding the New York mayoral election, wherein we will all learn across America that
socialism is when no car.
But
Free buses.
yeah, no
Let's hope
car,
so,
free
yeah.
buses, and where everyone can exercise their First Amendment right, speak freely, or have the ability to, even if you won't. Instead, you can just congregate, shut your mouth, listen, and become one of the
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
Because that's how the podcast format works. We're the ones who talk. You shut up. I dropped my phone. I don't know if you heard that.
We heard. Yeah.
But we're doing it a couple days later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so
Election results.
You know, we can use election results probably as a jumping off point for talking about, Grokpedia or something like that. But I wonder if what Grokpedia has for an entry on Zoran Mamdani. But it didn't have one for Inane Blather. Not a very good AI as far as I'm concerned. But
doesn't it search literally the whole internet?
that
We're on the internet.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I put up the last video a little later than I wanted to. I already had the podcast posted, so it was on Spotify and stuff, but then I did the video like days later, and as of right now it has 0 views. That usually doesn't happen. I was just like, damn. Well, we're not in the algorithm right now, that's for sure. Cool. And I put such a cool thumbnail on it. Everyone go to
I actually noticed it.
everyone go to the Inane Blather YouTube channel and see the beautiful picture of Natalie with my cool thumbnail artwork on it. So shout out to Canva.
Oh. They're like, no.
No,
Thank you.
We don't associate it. We're pulling your fonts. You have to pay extra now to have Canva. You have to have Canva Pro.
It's free.
Yeah. So, Danae's wearing a hat. I think she's celebrating another week down doing school or something. What's going on, Danae?
I feel really
what's up
put on
with
the
you?
spot right now, and it no longer feels like a safe space.
Yeah, that was the point. You come on here, start wearing hats. That's my thing.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think you were the first person to wear a hat, Doug.
But do you
prove it?
Yeah. It's on Grokpedia.
Yeah. I'm filling in for Charlie
not
Kirk
on
right now.
Grokpedia yet.
Prove it. Yeah.
Secondly,
Yeah, according to Grok,
you
I
didn't
am
tell me I'm
the
not
first
allowed
person.
to wear a hat.
It is
Okay.
sort of the Air Bud rules, It
Yeah.
wasn't explicitly stated, so
No,
maybe
that's
dog
why I
didn't
was
wear
putting you on the
Danae's hat.
spot. I'm pulling you in with me.
I appreciate you trying to do that.
I don't know how many times I've heard that. Well, at least you tried. Yeah. It's the thought
And
that
the intent
counts. Yeah,
are two
intent.
Yeah.
different. Just kidding. I don't remember what the question was, other than something about the hat. Yeah.
No, just asking what's going on. See how school's doing. I know we talked before the show.
School's
just so everyone can follow along.
Yeah, school's good.
Are you getting wrecked,
I'm currently,
or is it going pretty well?
No, actually, I'm really liking it. It's really good. I'm doing good. My teachers are grading really simply.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's like if you tried,
yeah,
A+ kind of thing. Which I do try for the most part.
Evergreen?
I know, right? I think it's also just, I mean, like, they're leftists. They're like, what are grades? What's the point? Who is this for? Exactly.
Well, it is nice, like you said, simply, not just like easily, but like it's just when you're worrying about learning the stuff instead of worrying about getting the good grade. That makes a huge difference. It's like, I don't want to waste my time here. I want to learn.
Yeah. So that's been nice. I just had my first like video interview assignment, which is like me pretending to be a therapist and like interviewing someone as like an initial session.
How'd it go?
Cowboy was my voluntold client, and so that was kind of like a fun...
I was trying to put that together.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I volunteered him.
I've never heard that.
So that was pretty cool to like practice out and stuff, and like had to really nerve-wracking to like go back and watch it and like kind of like evaluate myself.
Sure.
But fun so far. And then another assignment I'm working on, beginning to think about working on, is like a character analysis. So I just need to pick a character from
media,
anything. Yeah, and just kind of psychoanalyze a little bit. And
Homestar Runner.
Yeah.
Strong Bad's the more interesting character study. But
maybe
the way he treats the cheat and the poop smith,
I don't think I have the mental capacity to revisit Homestar Runner. I think it'll bring up too much of my own childhood trauma.
That's not who we're psychoanalyzing.
Yeah, I'm trying to
like Trump or something.
I was thinking about doing I can't remember what her name is, the therapist from The Sopranos.
Dr. Melfi.
Melfi.
Dr. Melfi, just like watch all the clips with her since I haven't seen all of The Sopranos. I know.
And you don't
know.
But
I don't have time to watch 86 hours. Okay?
Worth it.
It's I did Google it. It's 86 hours.
And you could say, hey, I'm doing this for school. I'm watching 6 seasons of The Sopranos.
If I had time, I would. I don't have time. My other option, I've been thinking about rewatching Shrinking, which is an Apple TV show with Jason Segel.
Yeah.
Segel?
That
and
got Emmys,
Harrison Ford.
Because I saw that on the Apple TV homepage.
I can't remember what the character's name is, but Jason Segel is like kind of like this therapist who goes through like an ethical crisis and like also his own like mental health crisis through the season.
So Dr. Melfi.
And I was like, that'd be kind of an interesting like, thing to talk about, but I'll be making some decisions shortly.
Don't overthink it.
On what I do. Yeah.
Leave it for the study. I mean,
yeah.
As long as you don't just pick like, I'm going to do a character study on Walter White. And be like, oh God, another one.
There's also part of me that's like, maybe just go with a movie, Danae. Like less content, less to analyze. But I don't know. I haven't decided. So
Alien. Do a Sigourney Weaver's character.
I can't.
Highly recommend.
I can't do horror, dude. It grosses me out.
It's not that scary. But no, it's not. Then it's not something you want to watch.
I don't like body horror.
Yeah. There's none of that.
The whole popping out of your chest thing is disgusting.
Disregard everything I was saying before the show. There's no body horror. So
I'm sorry, I don't even remember what you were saying before the show.
Like bursting out of his spine.
I was talking about Alien Covenant.
I have a hard time when men talk of paying attention. I apologize.
Well, broadly speaking,
nice.
which means the female perspective.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damely
I forgot
speak.
what
Do
I was
you
going to
think that
follow
you
it up
can
with.
do
I
that?
just had that written down.
That's funny. That's like something Zap Brannigan-esque, I feel like. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Fine. Can't just be me.
I've studied abroad.
or two.
You know, classic. Just,
That is a good one. So what about you, Natalie?
They've been known to.
You know, it's like elections just happened, so I've been kind of excited about that. Seattle, the mayor's race
you
is
got to
undecided.
bring us the Seattle
not-
news, election news.
Yeah, it's
Mayor's race isn't
It's
looking
so-
good.
but it isn't looking bad. Actually, it isn't looking as bad as it looks because of okay, there is just this thing with how many people vote ahead of time because we have mail-in ballots. How many people wait literally to election day to drop their ballot in the ballot box?
This year
so there's
was
ballot
my
boxes.
closest cut year. I dropped it off at 7 p.m. or something like that before the 8 o'clock deadline on election day.
And that's ballot boxes versus mail-in ballots.
True.
Which went through the post office. So the first drop on Monday night, it was like, oh, no. It's like he has like 53% of the vote and she has like 46.
Something's
But Katie Wilson,
happening in my...
talking about.
Oh my gosh. A video just opened up on my desktop. Sorry. So I couldn't hear anything. Okay.
Nice.
But she's been making gains. Yeah, I just looked it up because you had said so. I had only looked yesterday and I was like, wow, this doesn't look good. And then Seattle Times 5 hours ago, Katie Wilson gains on Bruce Harrell with many votes left to count. So
she gained
it's
like a
still
percentage.
possible, huh?
Like the third. Oh yeah, I mean like there's like all these, you know, like analyses of the numbers of what happens in races in Seattle or King County or whatever because of who votes by mail. Those are like conservative older voters. They do their ballots way ahead of time. They're very responsible. That's like a solid voting block, which often in America, in Seattle, that's like older white people tend to, I mean, between Katie Wilson and Bruce Harrell, they're going to vote Bruce Harrell.
Yeah.
So those are like pretty much the vote. They hadn't even like touched. Yeah, they haven't touched the ballot boxes. They hadn't touched what had gone into the ballot boxes at all with the Monday or the Tuesday night.
Okay.
Vote.
When he was 8
those
points
were just
ahead, yeah.
Yes. So then there's another drop. Okay. And still counting mail-in ballots. Barely, maybe a few like very early voting day like ballot boxes, but still a lot of those haven't been counted yet. And those tend to be more progressive, younger voters. The lines like in Capitol Hill to the ballot drop boxes, super long.
Really?
Like people
That's
waiting
cool.
last minute. Yeah, it was like unusually large. There was talk of like a sub 40 voter turnout at first. It was like, what the hell? 38% turnout for King County. But now it's up to, in Seattle, it's like 55% actually, which is like a little bit higher than average.
Yeah.
And if you look at
pretty good for
historically,
not even midterm, but off year election.
yeah, and historically, there can be a real swing, like with how it goes from conservatives have the lead to a progressive shift of sometimes up to 12 points from the initial drop to the final count. Like it's really, that's just like historically, that's
like what
what's
all
happened.
the
There's
weirdos
always a
complained
progressive
about in 2020. Like, so then it just
there's
shot
always a
up.
progressive
Manipulation.
bump because of who votes first. So it's still it's not fun. People are just like, people are kind of. I went to a event today that was a fundraiser for that newspaper, Real Change, that does like
coins,
local journalism, homeless people gives. I forget. I took a picture of the thing that they said like people in poverty the opportunity. You know, they sell. They're Real Change vendors.
Oh
They
yeah,
become part of the
You
community. It
mentioned
was
that on
such
the
a
show.
beautiful.
Yeah, That's
oh my
really
gosh.
cool.
Oh, everyone's crying there. Like some of the stories about people and like what
Yeah.
it means to be
Real
Alexis
stuff.
Mercedes Rink. Oh, Alexis
Okay, yeah.
Mercedes Rink, council member. She was there. She was the change agent of the year when she went up to get her award.
She won.
She was crying. Everyone was crying. Like change agent of the year because of her advocacy for and like work to make. I mean, as a council member, for like homeless people and other vulnerable communities. But she's like really strong supporter of like the work, you know, like where I work and all these homeless shelters and affordable housing. It's like that's what she does. God, I love her so much. I'm so glad. You should be so
You've been
proud to
talking
have
about
her
her
as
for
like
a
someone
while.
from Washington.
Yeah,
she's so awesome.
Who else won? Because those key ones outside of the mayoral race, like the progressive candidates all won, right?
Yes, that's another thing. She was like, Humberto's like, I can't even believe her opponent, Rachel Savage, got 25,000 votes. There's 25,000 people that would vote for that dumb bitch, but Alexis Mercedes Rink, she had like 80% of the vote for her district. Dion Foster was up by like 48 or 58 to 41% against Sarah Nelson. There was the District 2 race was like truly, everyone kind of said it without saying it, even in articles. It was kind of a win either way. Affable, likable guys that even seemed to like each other, just had kind of different focuses on what was the issues, but they're both like progressive and like from the community and stuff.
Yeah.
And
actual people.
So that was one of the articles I read. It was like a kind of a breath of fresh air. You know, they're just like the campaign was not at all dirty. You know, it was just like people who cared about the South Seattle community. You know, one's a black man and one's an Asian man. Like that's what this community, like South Seattle, it has the most diverse zip code in like, I mean, definitely the entire state, but I forget, you know, I mean, it's like extremely diverse in some of these areas that it's not in others. But anyways, we got a new city attorney who's like, the last one, she's straight up like a Republican.
Oh, really?
Tough on crime. Yes. They got, and you know how that happened?
Yeah, tough on crime, and the Seattle PD fucking sucks. Oh my god.
Because of low voter turnout. That's how we have such a conservative city council, and I mean, just
including the ranking member, the lead, she lost, right? She's
Sarah Nelson.
Poopy bitch.
The most unpopular like elected official in the city. She's just, I mean, she got crushed, I think. Like
this is her campaign.
And she like runs a very popular, she owns or is a part owner or whatever in like a really popular brewery here in Seattle, like a well-known place or whatever.
Rich.
It's like she should be someone who's like, but it's like, yeah, you're like part of the community, aren't you? I guess not though. Like just like she's just awful. She
wants the community to be
be
different. She's mad that she's part of the community because the community isn't up to her standards. She
doesn't like homeless people, I'll say that
She's like an HOA leader.
Oh yeah, and she's skinny and like
Karen.
White woman, just
yeah.
Yeah, she's a bitch. But she lost. And then I think the King County executive was a big one too, that's like going like, there's like progressives, like Alexis Mercedes Rink. Dion Foster was like part of this whole progressive organization, like it's like in their name. I mean, it's not just like kind of, I mean, because this is Seattle too. It's like Bruce Harrell is definitely like, you know, they're like capitalists and everything.
Yeah, but he's a liberal.
But you're not going
right?
to be out here. Yeah, it's like you're not going to be out here like hating trans people, you know, stuff like that. Some of the culture war stuff is just like you're never going to win with anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of close to that. So I think it's just a nice reminder, I guess, that it's like, oh yeah, these are like progressives, like winning races, not just like kind of like more centrist or anything like that. Like there's people, we're doing like social housing, we're like people who are outwardly, I mean, they identify as progressives. Yeah. So not just like
people that prove
Democrats or on the left or whatever.
To the Democratic Party that this can happen, that this works. It's not just because it's like, yeah, it's Seattle. It's a liberal city and stuff. It's like, yeah, but what does that really mean when it comes down to it? It only moves forward as being a liberal city, continuing that when they aren't run by centrists that people don't want, that get elected because there's low voter turnout. And it's like, I mean, turning back to
Nothing like a good New York slice.
it's like in their face right now. Like, it is so obvious and so apparent, and the establishment Democrats cannot make it more obvious of how out of touch and how much of fucking losers they are. And not just as like a derogatory term, like losers. Like, they lose. Like, the fact that, okay, Zoran Mamdani is Democratic socialist who just won, the biggest win for an American socialist in 100 years, and he quoted Debs in his victory speech. The last person who actually ran and won as not a DSA guy, as a socialist in America. And you have to at least be progressive to win these things. These morons leading up to the Mamdani victory saying, well, this isn't how you're going to win in Ohio or in West Virginia or something. What about Joe Manchin? Made me want to claw my own eyes out, grow my fingernails so that it would be more easy to remove my eyeballs violently and messily, because they drive me so crazy. It's like, how you win in Ohio and in West Virginia and stuff like that is with a fucking populist message, with a working class message, something that originates from the part of the party that's to the left of you. Like, the fact that anyone in the face of this Mamdani campaign and inevitable victory, would be listening to people like Ezra Klein talking about how they should run anti-abortion Democrats in places to try to win. Like, not only is it so short-sighted and all they care about is this gamified winning, it doesn't work. You're wrong. Just straight up won't see the truth, will not look at the facts on the ground, will not listen to the American people whom you are trying to court here and get their votes. Because, Mamdani winning is such a big moment right now. It's so silly how it is. It's silly that it's a big moment, but it just shows how far gone the Democrats, the national establishment Democrats are. The fact that Chuck fucking Schumer wouldn't say that he was voting for Mamdani a week before the election. The fact that anyone could probably look and say, I bet Chuck Schumer voted for Cuomo, is a sick joke. Cuomo didn't run as a Democrat. You're the Senate minority leader. And I don't know, the what's been sticking in my mind why I'm saying this is Hillary Clinton. The fact that's another one. It's on the same level as Ezra Klein, to be honest. Hillary Clinton being on a podcast talking about being asked, do you think that Jews in New York should be concerned since Mamdani's winning? And her saying, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what happens, is twisted. You guys have you have the current Barack Obama right now. You have 2008 Obama right here. They said he was brown, for one. They said he was too progressive said he was a socialist, just like it's so many things lined up. Like Mom Donnie trying the counter to him that whole time about some imam that he had his photos with or talked to or something. Oh, he hangs out with extremists. Like, the fact that Democrats were hammering that, it's like you sound exactly like Bill fucking O'Reilly in 2008, talking about the Reverend Wright and Barack Obama. Or, no, not even Reverend Wright. What's his name? From the Weather Underground. Ayers. Like, that was a whole thing to smear this progressive candidate, say that he's too extreme. And people, like, that's the last time that the Democrats won Ohio, and they won all these places. They won like Indiana because of Barack Obama, because he was a progressive that talked about change for working class people. Now, he didn't follow through with a lot of that. I mean, what can you do as president and as part of the Democratic establishment later on? But it's like, I don't know. I'm just old or something, because it's not like that was that long ago. Things haven't changed that much, unfortunately. Like, you gotta just look at 2008. You wanna win? Look at winning strategies. Look at how Joe Biden won in 2020 on quote unquote the most progressive presidential ticket that a Democrat had ever run on. He didn't do any of it. He talked about a public option, didn't do any of that. He talked about, in 2020, they were arguing on the debate stage about who would amnesty more immigrants, you know? And instead, by the end of his term, he's talking about one-upping Trump and the Republicans on border enforcement. And then guess what? They lost. You know, it's like, come on. They're just shooting themselves in the foot every time they don't enthusiastically support this campaign, this program. Like, say that New York City is like the model going forward here. Like, it just drives me crazy. But I mean, shoot. Bernie. I literally have to take this right now. You guys keep talking.
What I think, you know, Democrats, they let us get pulled to the right. Okay. What I'm thinking this whole time is like how they just capitulate with the right wing. Like, Democrats, I don't get their deal about why. But then I'm thinking about like Ezra Klein being like, we'll just run on like a anti-choice message. And it's like, no, but that's like a value. That's like something that's like foundational. That's like,
also, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, of course, it's like, but also it's like, but that's not something I can just like compromise on. You know, those are like, we're talking like a human rights sort of situation.
I'll be back.
But they're just willing to do that.
Mute yourself, Doug. I don't know if he can hear you. Anyway, yeah, but my point is like, we don't actually need to compromise on that, because a majority of Republican voters are actually
1000%.
not pro, like, they're not anti-choice is what I'm saying. Like, even if it was broken down on like as a single specific issue everywhere, for the most part,
every state,
it's supported it, like, especially if like the right, like, education, because I think a lot of folks don't even know that, like, they don't even realize that, like, if you have a miscarriage and you need to have a DNC, that is also banned, right? Like, that doesn't compute. There's just all of the fear mongering that's been done at the media level and stuff to make it an issue. It's a non-issue. The problem is that Democrats keep misreading the room, and also they're in the same pockets as anyone else on the right.
Like, so, AIPAC.
AIPAC.
Yeah. I guess it's
And
like
that's why that's why the Democratic Party keeps pushing to the right. It's because they're all getting money from the same people. So if we can remove that money aspect and actually have people that refuse to take money from PACs like AIPAC, we will actually be able to start seeing some change in policy.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, the Democrats, in order to not get pulled to the right, you have to be pushing to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way that it fucking goes. And it's like, you have this strong pull, so you guys are you're letting it happen because of your interests and everything. They're not interested in looking at being changed for the society. They're fucking lame. They have no vision. Obama came at a great time, and he was, he's whatever you can say about foreign policy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he's an American president. He's like really somebody. It was like, we can really do something. He made you feel something, a little bit. And
okay, Natalie.
The rest of the Democrats, they just like were too far gone in their out of touchness, where it's like, but this really actually does mean something more than just a win for us people here. It means healthcare. It means like healing the racial divide in America, and that really means something to us. But I was saying when you were gone about Ezra Klein being like, run anti-choice people, and it's like what are they don't have really values, like really truly. And there are people that I would say Barack Obama got into this for, it seems like, his life, like led him.
He was a community organizer
for the real reasons, and how the money in politics and all of that, it really takes out all of the values and the stuff that's like just really, it's really meaningful to us people down here.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, even if you have this it's someone with this psychopathic view, unempathetic to those actual meaningful things, and they're only about winning, that's still how you win, is by speaking to those things, is not like trying to focus group positions on individual positions to try to get certain groups on your side and this and that because you're counting all these potential votes, but to instead just say people need free buses, people need childcare, people need healthcare, and people need housing, and just, wow, people do need that, and they respond to that. I mean, even 2008 Barack Obama, that was, the last time that someone was also campaigning on a public option and healthcare and stuff like that got so fucking watered down by see ya bozo Nancy Pelosi, who just retired today. Thank God. Yeah. But like,
that's incredible. I thought she'd die there.
I know, man. But it's like, even if you're doing this, thing, it's not just like that the money corrupts them and it's like this straight line. It's that that removes them from speaking to these plights of normal people, because there are just so many more normal people than there are rich white liberals. There just are. And it's like, it doesn't matter. You can just go out and just not say anything about trans people or these issues and stuff, and just talk about what these huge swaths of people need: healthcare, housing. You want your rent to not skyrocket. Hey, wow, that speaks to millions of people. Now they're listening because they deal with it every fucking day.
But that's what
they're not.
A lot of these motherfuckers don't know even what questions to ask people.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, like these focus groups, because they're like, what could a banana cost? You know,
Yeah,
$10. Like
Yeah.
literally. I want to say something too that's so funny talking about all this. I don't know if I told you guys this already, but on election night, at Benaroya Hall, tickets were pretty much sold out. Kamala Harris was there.
Oh,
on
really?
her book tour. And
Oh,
I thought that was
God.
so fucking
Her book
funny.
tour.
Yes, and I'm like, on her fucking book tour.
About how
it's
much
like,
of a
and I was
loser
like,
she is.
sold out. Fucking loser. But also thinking about Katie Wilson over here, the progressive candidate, winning, you know, all this money in politics being so horrible, because that's what helps people get out of touch too. They get a lot of lobbying, and you know, there's like a lot that goes into that. But about Katie Wilson being able to mount a campaign because of what? Democracy vouchers here in Seattle. Removing that element on like a more local level, because Bruce Harrell, his PAC, $2 million that he had. He was running campaign ads on the local, like people watching the Mariners game. He had money to spend. And the fact that it's even going to be as close as it's going to be, regardless of whether or not she wins, that's because she was able to mount like a grassroots, publicly funded, you know, like more fair campaign.
A real
than just having to go up against someone who took, money from Amazon, who's here.
Oh,
you know,
boy.
it's
Yeah,
like,
true. Yeah, literally
It's not
going
just
up
Amazon
against
across
a
the country.
business-friendly
Yes.
liberal. Like, money is not on your side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah, and so then I just was thinking about Kamala Harris over there, congratulating herself for being the literal world's biggest fucking loser. You lost the popular vote to Donald fucking Trump. You're less popular than Donald fucking Trump.
And
That's
they
so fucking
had
embarrassing.
$1 billion to spend. And it just shows, like, even more so, getting that money on the center and leftward onward part, you don't get the bang for your buck, because people become more and more removed from you, you know? Because, Beyonce is voting for Kamala Harris. What the hell does that have to do with me? I'm not Beyonce. I don't live Beyonce's life. Like, cool, good for her. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, Beyonce doesn't have to wipe her own ass. Like, let alone pay
You're
her
not Barack
Discover
Obama,
bill.
Kamala Harris. God, that's what, like, no one gives a shit. Do some policy. That's what, you know what? People talk about, we didn't even get a vote on her in the primary. I honestly could not give less of a shit if she had actually done something. It's like, if you would have taken that opportunity, it got handed to you. They can't take it back. So run on a fucking platform. Do fucking something and win, even in kind of this way. I don't give a shit. Like, for one thing, at very least, beat Donald fucking Trump. What a joke.
After he's been impeached twice,
like,
and is a 37-time felon, and you lost to him.
Pretty much the only thing you have to do is not be Joe Biden. And what do you decide to do? I would pretty much do everything that Joe Biden does. You know, that's pretty much my whole thing is I'm just like, hey, we did it, Joe. We're, great.
Wheels
you know?
on the bus,
It's
etc., etc.
Yeah. Everyone's super happy, you know, after watching Joe Biden, this man that you're like,
you just
oh,
fell
he's
out of
so
a
great. He's like,
coconut
yeah, he's in a fucking coma during the debate.
In the
Whoops. I forgot there was more to that. I feel like she did just fall out of a coconut tree. Like, what the fuck?
Talk about out of touch. You're so fucking out of touch. It should be such a slam dunk to just beat Donald Trump. Come on.
Julie.
I mean, and like Gaza, it's like, I don't know, seems to be a pretty fucking winning message in New York. Someone, you know, like this place that you guys are all worried about. Anti-Semitism, which I'm sure happened, but whatever.
But instead, in the place with
like
the largest Jewish population outside of Israel, Zoran Mamdani won. So
good job, Democrats. You really got an ear to the ground. You know, they're just like one of us, pretty much. These Democrats,
really
know. They really know.
It's sick.
It's just so annoying you know what? That's
is
what
it?
I was. My budget question.
Sorry, I was looking for it.
Yeah. So
Your
people
budget
talking about
question?
the government. What does it do for you? And blah 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 blah.
Oh.
And it's like, so where? Okay. We were at war in Afghanistan and Iraq for like
20 years.
ever, and we were paying all these taxes, and it was like so much money. It's like trillions of dollars that have just
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
And
Dick
it's like,
Cheney's
so now
dead.
that we're not.
R.I.P. Bozo.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney's
Think-
dead.
yeah, that was right before Mom Donnie got elected. That was, oof. Yeah. There's some moments. I saw a tweet that was like, you can tell America is like on its last season because the writing's gotten really bad. You know,
Yeah.
just like about all the stuff that's happening. But I'm like, right there, that's beautiful. Dick Cheney being obviously Islamophobic, which also the Islamophobia, I'm gonna say, it kind of surprised me how intense
It's
it was and how
nuts.
I can't even. I just am really surprised by.
I mean, in the current
I guess
climate,
I thought we were a little bit past that.
no, yeah, especially
But-
because we got out of all that stuff, and the Gaza genocide is really what just keeps people on it, because any of these pro-Israel type people and stuff, so much of it in terms of like American Zionism, so much of it is just straight up just rooted in Islamophobia, and that's it. Those people over there are terrorists, they're animals, they deserve to die. Like, that's just all it is. It is so crazy. Yeah, the fact that Mamdani wins the primary and a fellow fucking Democrat is calling him like Muhammad or something like that, let alone what the Republicans are saying, and I mean, Cuomo bringing up Hassan Piker on the debate stage because you could just say that globalize the Intifada and stuff like that is just scary on its own, and it kind of works for like his base of support and stuff like that, because people don't want to know
That
what it
is
means.
wild.
They just know that it's a Muslim-y thing, and so it's terrorism, and it's scary. And it's like, what? Globalized, like Intifada was a word used at, the Holocaust Museum because it's an uprising. It's how it translated into Arabic. It's how the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising was described. It was an intifada. Like, and people don't care. It's scary sounding. I mean, luckily Mamdani's name is a little softer than some because people are just, it's gross. Hassan talks about that, where he's like, in American politics, Islamophobia is just acceptable, pretty much. Like, and calling someone an Islamophobe is like laughable. It's crazy. I mean, just think about the huge part of like the Democratic base and stuff like that. That is like the Bill Maher side of things. He's been a raging Islamophobe for decades now. Like,
what is this? Because of 9/11? That's like so. I guess
it's like, and that's the guy who got his show canceled for joking about 9/11 too soon after 9/11, and you still just think you'll just go on, like, bring Ben Affleck to the near tears with your Islamophobia and stubborn refusal to see these people as human beings. Like, and that's a liberal. That's a long time Democrat. It's gross.
Yeah, it's
gross.
just really weird. I mean, it's just so stupid. It's just crazy that people are so fucking stupid. Like, it's really hard to wrap my head around.
Comes from ignorance.
But I am also stupid because, so back to this budget that was like huge for going and killing all of these Muslim people because of the Islamophobia, as we just talked about.
We only killed like a million people. It's fine.
Yeah, and it took like, I forget, like, I mean, trillions of dollars. I mean, it was like so much money. It's like, so what happened to that? Like, so what, our taxes didn't change in any way besides getting maybe more expensive, but like all of that money, it's like, that was paid for. We paid for it with our taxes. That's how that stuff happened, was because we paid with, that's how it was budgeted into paying for these things. So where is like that extra, like, I'm like, like extra, you know, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars a month for programs and different things like that? Did it just go? It's like, that's actually just the size of the military forever now, because when we're fighting 2 wars for 25 years, that just is now, that's the military's budget. And that's just what it is.
I think
so
that's what it is
now.
Because what? They're not going to cut the military. They built it up for these forever wars. And even when they didn't end up being forever, it's like, well, I'm not going to cut the military. They just won't do it. We're going to fire a bunch of soldiers. It's like that, exactly.
I mean, get them some jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Why aren't they all working for the Army Corps of Engineers and doing things with this military that would create things with our tax money? They could be putting in hydroelectric dams all across the country, and instead they just be like, man, well, we have a whole bunch of people left over. I guess we'll send some guys to Yemen. Start bombing over there, send some other guys to Somalia, and we'll probably just park a bunch of people in the Red Sea.
That's all they can think about is like fighting. They're so stupid. Exactly like what you're saying, all this infrastructure. It's like, how about all that money that goes into the military? Put that into our roads. Have those guys that go over there and do that stuff. How about they do that? That's what they could be doing right now, instead of what? Holding a fucking gun in some country for no reason? That's so
there's a reason. You could shoot kids. But what you'll
and there's
love
obviously
to hear,
some profit incentive or whatever, but it's like long-term investment in your own country is probably a better end game scenario.
Better for the economy.
Profiting and exploiting off of places all over the world as you crash economies and topple dictatorships or whatever,
and then have to deal with their refugees
chaos and
immigration,
and not invest in your own country and have like half of your people living paycheck to paycheck and a rising homeless population and all of that. But I guess at some point someone's making some money. We obviously know that, and that's why we say capitalism.
The top 10%
is bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
so thoughtful.
You know what you'll love to hear is with the money spent on the Afghanistan and Iraq wars combined, the United States literally could have replaced every interstate highway with high-speed rail with the money that was put there.
Oh my God, that makes me so sick to my stomach.
With the money spent just on Iraq alone, could have sent every single person to college for free for years. Like, it is disgusting. It is disgusting.
People have to flush their toilet 15 times.
Just to get over it.
What was gained by it? Like, what
Lockheed
literally?
Martin stock. Honeywell. Palantir, for one. And then Palantir got to put his own guy in the White House as vice president. Yeah, it is. I mean, things, for one.
And I guess Exxon and all that kind of crap too.
Oh, yeah.
What is this, some oil something?
Halliburton.
Yeah, oil connects.
And for one, the taxes and stuff did change, though, because they did go down for rich people and for corporations. The Trump, before Afghanistan ended, Trump cut taxes, and they haven't gone back up. You can't talk about raising taxes. Oh, wait, you can. Zoran Mamdani just proved that. Every time they'd ask him, well, how are you going to pay for this? Well, we're going to raise taxes on the rich. We're going to raise the corporate tax. Well, what if they leave? They won't. They won't. What are they going to do? They're going to leave New York City? Okay, pal. It's like, you raise taxes in Seattle. Do they leave? No. Even Boeing has threatened to do it so many times, and instead they just built another place somewhere else, and they're still in Seattle.
Yeah, they do. They talk about that, and places, move to Bellevue or whatever. And to that I say, well, fucking good riddance. Then if you're gonna move to Bellevue, then you don't deserve to live in Seattle.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like,
go to the 425.
But truly, that comes back to. I mean, there's some nice places in Bellevue, but
Bellevue's great.
But
but not a lot.
Yeah, it's just
kidding.
it's just it doesn't have
Good
the kind
people.
of culture or whatever you want to
Good
say
people.
about Seattle. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a massive suburb that turned into a
full of tech bros or whatever.
actual city.
But like, I just don't want corporations that don't care, because it's like, well, they can leave, and you know what? Someone else will take their place. We'll fucking figure it out. You know,
That's
this
how
is like
this free
still
market economy
just because
is supposed
you
to
leave.
work.
There's still like a fucking million people here. You know, this is like an area that is people, you know, would want to be in and everything. It's like headquarters of some other places, because actually it's been pretty business friendly compared to some places, just so you know. And what, you have to pay a little bit higher?
Despite
blah,
their
blah,
high
blah.
minimum
Someone will-
wages.
Yeah, it's like was one of the fastest growing cities. So I don't know. Maybe some people will just take your place.
They just think that,
so
yeah,
either
it's just
put
going to be
out
this
a
gaping
little bit
maw.
for your community.
And people are going to be
Yeah.
walking around like, what do we do now? I don't have a job. There's nothing. There's nothing for us. It's like, no, if you're preaching the free market principles here, that's not how it works. You just opened up. If you're not constantly putting your thumb on the scale for these big companies, then other companies can come in and do something else. That's the way that it works. Like, I mean, and that's simplified, but that's the only way they talk about it anyway. And so many of these so-called economic principles that are preached by the right wing and stuff like that have been proven wrong over and over again in real life, IRL, like raising the minimum wage. It's what, $20 an hour in Seattle or something. I mean, it's 1666
It's like
in the state.
Oh, yeah.
And our unemployment rate isn't worse than other states. Our unemployment rate isn't worse than Texas, where you get paid $7.25 an hour, which is absolutely insane for a minimum wage. It's like, sure,
Unbelievable.
changes have to be made. Some things get expensive. But, I mean, I live here on the other side of the state, and, I mean, it's still, we have the same minimum wage as you do, like, in Auburn. And it's like, a Big Mac costs the same, you know? But apartments are cheaper. So, I don't know.
This is propaganda.
But socialism works. It's not just for us.
Psychotic, deranged, cultist liars.
But it is for us too.
Because the endpoint of left economic populism is socialism. That's the way that it works. And, you know, these paid for, like Danae was saying, like they're already stuck with this money. That's what's already removed them from this. These rich, so-called liberal establishments just see it as a slippery slope. They're going to lose their money. They don't even care about losing voters or people or workers or anything. They're going to lose their money. Like, and it's like, so what are you going to do? Just take a bunch of money from Microsoft and Amazon and distribute it? Yeah. Yeah. At gunpoint, actually.
Pretty
That's
much.
what we're going to do.
Because
use the power of the state.
they won't do it on their own. I'll tell you that much. Because it's like, you know, if you want these businesses to stay, I mean, if they leave and it's like this big, huge hole and people are going to leave and it's going to be a crashing
Right
economy,
now,
it's like,
you're heading
okay.
very close to a world war on this whole.
But that's exactly what's going to happen in the next place that they go to. You know, like that these bust and booms and stuff. It's like, how about we build like an actual society where we're like progress, not just for the sake of profit, but for the sake of fewer homeless people, no hungry children, you know, science, technology,
industry and technology.
Yeah. You guys talk about fucking Mars? The fuck, are you kidding me? Like, look at our, like, we don't have that kind of, we have that kind of,
and this is
that
all
vision
before
to do that. That's
tackling climate change. That's going to kill us all anyway.
Because you guys, you prioritize profit over like real progress, because that's
Profit
what they
over
do. And it's like,
profit
so
over people.
we have to break this cycle. This is where you have to break the cycle somehow. And it's like, and you know what? If they leave and there's a downturn and it sucks, you know what? That's because of them. That's because of them. It's not because of the choice to get rid of them. It's like they could have just paid more in taxes, and they didn't. They would rather let our communities tank than make a little bit less of a profit or some stock bullshit. Like, it's them. It's them every time.
Yeah. That needs
it's
to
not
be
sustainable because it happens every single time.
the message. That should be the narrative. It's like, wait a minute, you're worried about these companies leaving. No. You should be worried about the fact that they're attempting to hold us hostage. These big companies are holding the city hostage, saying, hey, if you don't do something I like, we're out of here. Like, with the implication being, if you do something we don't like, we're putting you out of a job. We're ruining your city. We're ruining your community.
I would love to fire politicians.
Yeah. That's what
Just
Donald Trump was
fire them.
supposed to be about in 2016. Look at that joke. You're fired. Drain the swamp. That fucking moron. God. Well, to all those CEOs.
We just talked to your smart fridge and it told us you're ugly.
So, you can say, for all those tech bros.
We just talked to your smart fridge.
We hacked in to your smart fridge. But, and you talk about, this is the problem, is concentrating wealth, right? And that's been a big problem for a while. Of course, Bernie Sanders has taught so many people that concentration of wealth. Now, it's even worse. This shows how bad it is to live in America as a working class person now. It's not just wealth. That's out the window, You're not going to own capital, all right?
Out the door.
Yeah. Consumption is also concentrating into the hands. Like, the top 10% do the, more than 50% of the economic consumption in America. Like, this is bad.
But wait,
things are getting
But
bad.
I also want to make a joke that say, but because RFK Jr. is the head of HHS, also actual consumption, tuberculosis is what's happening to the bottom 50%.
Nice. Yeah, consumption. Yeah, he's going to make sure that that's a viable option for death now. He died of consumption. It's like, what am I, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption or something?
Yeah.
God.
Like an old-timey prostitute. So
something else, we threw him in there. We got Dick Cheney's dead.
That's true.
Hooray. Nancy Pelosi retired. Zoran Mamdani won. What else is
Zoran Mamdani 2.
Yeah. There was something else that was on the tip of my brain.
Danae wore a hat.
Danae wore a hat.
She sure did.
I stepped in dog poop today.
Oh, man.
It's really easy to do that when it's somewhere you don't expect, like a storage facility with no grass in sight. And it's kind of dark out. And I was like, oh, what the? Oh, that big pile of poop has a smush in it from someone stepping on it. Oh, it was me. It's pretty gross.
Ew.
I'm getting a new car. I'm trading my car in. Sports car is going to be gone. It's not a sports car. It's a rally car. I'm getting a Mazda 3 all-wheel drive hatchback. I'm pretty excited about it.
Cute.
We'll see how that goes.
I like those.
I might be getting my final inspection and occupancy permit beginning of next week. So we'll see if that works. Still more stuff to do on this goddamn house. But I think I might be setting up a moving date. So shout out to Amanda.
Hell yeah.
And maybe like the week before Thanksgiving is what I'm thinking. Week before minus the bear. That's what I'm thinking. So shout out to minus the bear.
Because I was just thinking if I was gonna stay there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk this out on the show. So what's going on for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Okay, so Dad said no.
We should have a virtual Friendsgiving for Inane Blather and do something.
Why virtual?
Well, we can have an actual one.
Why does it have to be virtual?
For people that listen.
Oh, I guess
not
that.
going
Yeah,
anywhere.
of course. Well, what if we actually hosted?
Yeah, we could do that too.
No,
I'm pretty
I mean
busy,
like on
though.
Discord or
no,
something.
Yeah, I was gonna say host on Discord and stream it and see if at least one person shows up.
So if you want to join the Friendsgiving Discord,
then sign
email.
up on Patreon. It's only $80 a month. And if you don't,
We just talked to your smart fridge and it told us you're ugly.
So you got some things to think about, pal. You think smart fridges don't talk?
They've been known to.
Nice. All right. Well, now that we decided this, I'll put it on social media.
Okay.
I guess.
Confession: I have not once ever thought about the Roman Empire. Am I less of a man because I don't think about the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Okay. Well, to all those guys that do,
I'm sure he's a genius.
and it's time to go. Thank you. Love you. Shout out to Zach. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate
Zach?
it. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Somebody was just asking about Zach. Like, I haven't caught up in so long. I was just like, I hope they're, just like wondering what they're up to.
Well, they can be here for Friendsgiving. And we
Nice.
can
There you
relitigate
go.
what we just talked about on the show, and I can't believe I didn't use this, but...
We hate all the Muslims because all of the Muslims are terrorists. We gotta hate the Muslims.
So,
That's
anyway,
Bitches leave.
bye.
love you, bye.
okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.